is spent.
Just in time. Just in time.
Guess we're also showing Abyssal Depths.
I must have time to gather my will. My mana is spent.
Hoping the Abyssal Depths would have the boss in it for display, but oh well.
Oi, over here.
Definitely never want to hit the immune to cold damage, or enemies cannot be, or damage against enemies cannot be crits. Do not want to hit those. Like this one. Oh, actually no, that's fine.
Risky choice.
Something like that usually works.
Not on mine.
I'll loot that afterwards.
Purity will prevail.
Gotta curse him.
must have time to gather my will.
Alright, welcome back YouTube, Crotality here. This is our level 85 Eye of Winter Inquisitor. We are spec'd for Pious Path, so our Consecrated Ground lingers with us, and our regen applies to Energy Shield as well. And also our critical strikes ignore elemental resistances thanks to Inevitable Judgment. This is our gear. We're using Dusk Dawn Maelstrom Staff with Plume of Pursuit and Marlene's Fallacy, as explained in the, what was it? Curious Synergies episode 3. I'll put the link in the description. And the synergy here is that Plume of Pursuit makes your final repeat deal crit guaranteed, and the first repeat does not. So we need Spell Echo in our setup. Marlene's Fallacy means we essentially get Global Critical Strike Multiplier for free with Culling Strike. As the less critical strike chance does not affect it, we are guaranteed hitting critical strike. Along with that, because we both hit non-crit and crit recently in every cast, we have our multiplier and spell damage buff up all the time of Dusk Dawn. In our links, we've got Eye of Winter. I have a level 21 thanks to Tujin. And Spell Echo, Chain Support, Control Destruction, which again, less critical strike chance, doesn't even apply. We have pure upside on this, more spell damage. And increased critical strike damage. Pretty obvious, we don't need crit strike chance, we only need damage. In the Plume of Pursuit, I have Flame Dash for movement, Righteous Fire, because we can sustain it thanks to our belt, allowing us to get Corrupted Soul, and about 21% maximum life as extra energy shield, and Pious Path allowing our regeneration to apply to our energy shield as well. Corrupted Soul makes half of our damage apply to energy shield, and the other half goes to our life, so we can sustain Righteous Fire rather easily. That puts us at actually 631 life and energy shield regen. And we have Frost Bomb, which I used while leveling until I got Inevitable Judgment. After that, this is not that useful, but I'm still leveling it. Purity of Fire puts us at 81% fire resist here. Perfect Form allows us to run Arctic Armor for free, and also gives us Phase Acrobatics for more defensive layers. Arctic Armor, as mentioned. Hydrosphere for a single target. Hail Device. Steel Skin for some defense. And then we have Arcanist Brand, faster casting with Sniper's Mark, again for single target. And Petrified Blood to put us on low life, and also benefit from that. Belt, as mentioned earlier, gives us Corrupted Soul. 15% of energy shield, or 15% of life as extra energy shield, excuse me, along with an additional 6%, and half of the damage bypasses energy shield. Shoes here, I've got Clarity, Vitality, and Defiance Banner on Arrogance. As you can see, we got Hail Device, Purity Fire, Petrified Blood, Defiance Banner, Arctic Armor, Clarity, Vitality, and then I'm on Consecrated Ground. Flasks, we've got a Silver Flask for Onslaught. Chance to Free Shock Knight doesn't matter, you can reroll it however you like. Random Flask is pretty nice to avoid stun. We don't have stun immunity, we have a lot of chance to avoid stun. And then this is rolled for poison immunity. Quicksilver of Iron Skin, not necessary to be Iron Skin, of course. Roll as you wish. Quartz Flask is pretty nice for the dodge and phasing. And then need some amount of Corrupted Blood immunity. And then a Life Flask. Now, this is the level 85 tree here, which is where I currently am. However, I will link the level 90 passive tree on POB. So the planned progression will be displayed there. Here it is. The difference is that we get all of these nodes for block, as well as grab the crit multi here. Grab more crit multi here. And then we also grab an intuitive leap here, so we can grab Discord Artisan, drop some of these mono nodes, and also grab Enigmatic Defense. So yeah, we started off coming out of damage and elemental damage here. Grabbed life, we needed dexterity for Herald of Ice. Elemental damage, light radius and spell damage, both very nice thanks to Petrified Blood. Life. We're grabbing this later on, so yeah, you can come back for that at a later point. Life. A lot of our avoidance comes from this wheel right here. So we get Arctic Armor giving us freeze immunity. This wheel gives us 50% reduced chill effect and 50% reduced ignite duration. With the Brine King Pantheon, if we capture Nassar Lion Disease, you have another 50% reduced effective chill on you for immunity to chill, or unaffected by chill, however you want it. Aberath reduces ignite duration once upgraded by 50%, so that renders you immune to ignite as well. And then you're left with 50% effective shock. You can further reduce that effect if you want to anoint Ash, Frost, and Storm by 20%. And then you can instead choose to take the Arakali one, upgraded to Giselle Dot Thief, will get you the remaining 30% effective shock. So you'd be immune to shock, but you'd have 50% effective chill remaining. That is up to you. I, however, went with Sanctum of Thought Anointed for 20% reduced effective curses and reduced extra damage taken from critical strikes. So 20% reduced effective curses here. The consecrated ground effects cluster here. Or rather not cluster, but like circle. However you want it. Gives us another 10, 20, 30%? Is that right? That's 10, that's 20, 40, sorry. 40% reduced effective curses on you while on consecrated ground. So in combination, we're at 60% reduced effective curses on us with freeze immunity, chill immunity, ignite immunity, and then half of shock effect. Pretty nice defensive layers with 30 dodge, 50 block chance, 21 spell block. And we can grab glancing blows if we want to double it. Though it's unnecessary, we could get a little bit more crit multi, about 25% that way, thanks to Dust Dawn. Up to you. We should be sitting at around 1.5 million DPS. This is... It may or may not be correct, to be honest, because I don't know how to calculate this in POB. As you can see here, if I take off Spell Echo, probably need
I must have time to gather my will.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It shoots out projectiles 5 times. Each of those projectiles should be able to hit the boss, so that's 5 hits. If Hydrosphere is out, it will chain 2 Hydrosphere and back for another 5 hits. That's 10 hits, and then if each of those 5 bursts of projectiles hits Hydrosphere first and then chains through the boss, that's a total of 15 hits. And we have Spell Echo, so technically it is 30 hits, but since the first Echo does not crit and actually deals significantly less damage to the point where it's effectively dealing no damage, we're only going to count the second Echo where our damage actually comes from. So per cast, the count should be about 15. You can correct me if I'm wrong there. And that'll put our DPS around 1.5 million. And you'll also notice, in place of the Life Flask, I put a Total Light Diamond Flask here for 3000% crit strike chance. That is to make sure we get 100% crit strike chance, because otherwise it shows us at 4% and it's calculated DPS based off of that. So our 768% crit strike multiplier isn't really doing much for us. And that only puts us at 300k DPS. But since we're hitting guaranteed crits, we're at 100% crit strike chance. We are at 1.5 million DPS. Or 1.6 million DPS. Eye of Winter itself is hitting for 1.5, and Hydrosphere's addition is adding up to 1.6. We have a Survival Secrets just to make things easier early on. We don't actually need that. You can replace that with whatever you like. Survival Instincts is nice for the dexterity, but if you can replace it with another jewel with dexterity on it, probably life, it would be even better. And I said the intuitive leap here, very useful. shades off a good 2.5% of reservation, allowing more mana to cast. And if you wanted, an option is instead of using the Replica Soul Tether for Corrupted Soul, you can put the Doriani's, I think it's a Glorious Vanity name of Doriani here, and then grab Mind Over Matter, which would then be Corrupt Soul, and then you'd have to mess around with some of the other points because it will affect each little point and change it randomly. And that will also extend to these 2 points here. So you could choose to unspec these and put them over here if you put Corrupted Soul here. Now, because we're on low life all the time, we have Pain Attunement, and we can run Righteous Fire consistently, so we have another 39% here. That puts us at 69% more spell damage. Nice. And then we have Eye of Winter's Control Destruction, another 39% on top of that, putting us at about 108% more spell damage. Pretty nice there. We have Steel Skin for extra defenses. Also, gonna clip out this a little bit here. Speaking of defenses, we have a medium cluster here with Blast Freeze. Just the cheapest way to get Blast Freeze. You could go for a larger cluster here. Since this is only level 90 tree, we do have 10 extra points so you get further. And also, you can feel free to adjust any of the points as you wish. But Blast Freeze here adds for more defenses, proliferating the freezes that we're going to be guaranteeing with our critical strikes. And then we also have a small cluster of Molten Ones marked to get more fire resist and life regen. Makes it easier to sustain Righteous Fire. At level 90, we should be at approximately 613 life regen. Actually, we're at a little higher than that already, so I'm not sure what's with that. In game, I read 631, not 613. So I'm not sure where that's coming from. Alright, so thank you everybody for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm. Follow on twitch.tv/Crotality. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And also check out the Instagram, Crotality_gaming. And as always, remember to explore responsibly.